What happens to that inheritance if your child's marriage doesn't work out? Most people I work with spend years building their wealth, so much so that they'll outlive it and leave some to their kids. However, it also means they're protective over how that money is passed on. Without the right planning, a chunk of what you leave behind could end up split with a former spouse. Money that was never meant for anyone but your child and sometimes grandchildren. The good news, this is actually one of the more fixable problems in estate planning, as long as you know what to put in place beforehand. I'm Megan Yakubuski from Scotia Wealth Management, and today we're covering 5 ways to help protect your child's inheritance from a future relationship breakdown. First, the good news. In most parts of Canada, money or property your child inherits is automatically excluded from their family assets if the marriage ends. Same goes for gifts you give them while you're alive. So the starting point is actually in your favor, because that protection isn't automatic in practice. A few things can quietly undo it. That's where these strategies come in. Tip number 1, spell it out in your will. Don't leave your intentions to chance. Add language in your will making it clear the inheritance is for your child alone, not to be divided if their relationship breaks down. And you can even go a step further by specifying any growth or income earned on that inheritance stays protected too, not just the original amount. Tip number 2, have the conversation. Sit down with your kids and actually talk to them about this. Let them know what you intend and why. It won't solve everything on its own, but it helps set the foundation. And it means they're not caught off guard later trying to piece together your wishes after you're gone. It's also good to have a conversation with your advisor about your intentions, because they often help manage the transition and provide future guidance when that time comes. Working with a young advisor too allows you to have someone who will be there to help future generations. Tip number 3, keep it separate. Here's where things get tricky. In many provinces, inherited money only stays protected if your child keeps it apart from shared family funds. The second it gets mixed in, say used towards a joint account or a shared renovation even, it can lose that protection entirely. This is often the step people trip up on without even realizing. Tip number 4, encourage a domestic contract. Prenups, cohabitation agreements, marriage contracts, whatever you choose, they spell out exactly how the assets get divided if a relationship ends. This one's not really always in your hands as a parent, it's between your child and their partner. But you raising the idea and normalizing the conversation can often go a long way. And oftentimes the upfront costs and reassurance of having something in place can save a lot of future headaches down the road. Tip number 5, consider a long-term trust. This is the option that gives you, as the parent, the most direct control. Instead of handing the assets straight to your child, you set up a trust in your will that holds and manages those assets on their behalf. As long as the funds stay in the trust, rather than being used to buy something like a family home, they generally stay protected from division. It's also a flexible tool for passing wealth down further to future grandchildren with some tax advantages built in. A trust isn't right for every situation, however, so it's important to consult with your team of professionals. So why does this matter? Well, the rules here shift depending on the province and whether your child is married or common law, so there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But the bigger point is that it's not about distrust or expecting the worst for your kids. It's about making sure the wealth that you've worked so hard to build actually ends up where you intended. If you're thinking about how to structure an inheritance for your children or want to have a conversation, reach out today at meganyakubuski.ca or call 647-924-4962.